What's up everyone and welcome to the club. Today we're creating a sketch illustration of Ben Grimm from the Fantastic Four. For today's lesson I'll be using some plain white paper and drawing with this 0.7mm mechanical pencil. Now I want to begin by breaking down the basic shape of the head. Let's start at the very top in the center. We're going to sketch a line coming down the middle of our page. Just using these short lines, coming all the way down. Let's move back to the center and draw another line going across from left to right. Now I want to use these two lines to help us create a circle on the top of our page to define the size of the head. So from the center point, let's move up. It's going to mark off the top of our circle. Now I want to measure that same distance from the center down towards the bottom. Mark that off. And then we'll repeat that across this horizontal line. So measuring the distance from the center down towards the left and then down towards the right. Let's connect the center point of each mark with a curve to create our circle. And the circle doesn't have to be perfect. We're just using this as a guide. As long as we get the right size and placement in the center of our page. Now with this character, I want to focus on the expressions, and we can do that by focusing on the eyes and the shape of the mouth. Let's start by adding a gap in between the eyes. So from that center line along the bottom of our circle, let's move over toward the left, draw a straight line going up, measure that same distance on the right. Now on the bottom left side, we're going to curve the eye going out and then up. So go across, and just bend that up past the side of that circle. Now over on the right side, I'm going to bend this up and then out, going up towards the same height. Let's tuck the eyes in underneath the brow. We're going to step out, bend this down, and then in towards that bottom line. Now I want to measure that same distance on the right side, coming down and then in. Over on the left side, I'm going to tuck the iris underneath. So drawing a half circle underneath. Now measuring the distance on the right, we're going to see a little bit more of the iris along the side. Now this character has a thick ridge along the top of the brow. So from the ends, we're just going to bend this up and then in towards the side of our circle. Now let's follow that same curve along the top of the brow, coming down and then in towards that inside line. And then on the right, we're just going to bend this in and then down, just following that same curve. From the center, we're going to step down, draw another line going across the top of the nose. It's going to flatten off the side like a rectangle and flatten off the bottom. Now from the tip of the nose, we're going to step all the way down. It's going to mark off the edge of the mouth, right about here. Now we want to add some shape to the mouth. On the left side, we're going to step up, bend this down and in towards that line. Now we want to raise the mouth going up towards the right, and then bend that out towards the side. Now since we raised the right side of the mouth, we also want to raise the cheekbone. So starting from the inside of the eye, just going to fold this up above the eye and then out. Let's open up the corner of the mouth. We're going to step in, then this out and down towards the bottom, come in and across towards the center. Let's refine the top of the head. We're just going to bend this up and then in. We want to bring the top of the head down a little bit lower, so we're going to step down, curve this across, and over towards the right. From the bottom corner of the brow, let's bend this in and then out towards that bottom line. And we'll add the cheekbones, coming down and in with a straight angle line. Let's go back up to the top corner of the nose. We're going to add a fold, going out and then down towards the corners of the mouth. Let's go back to the cheeks. We're going to angle the head, coming down and out towards the jaw. Come down and then in towards the outside line. Now let's round out the chin. On the left, come down and then back up. Let's go back to the side of the head. We're just going to bend the neck, going out and then down on the left and right side. Step up and slope the shoulders, coming down and out. Now that we have a rough sketch in place, let's go back and clean this up by erasing some of these guidelines. And now I want to use this rough sketch as a guide to help us layer on some more detail and refine the shapes. Now I want to start with the inside edge of the brow. Just going to curve this up in the middle and then back down on the right. And we're going to be applying some thick and thin lines. So let's go back to the bottom. Just placing the thicker lines across the bottom near the shadow areas and then tapering them up. Now let's work our way across the bottom of the brow, going out on both sides. You can kind of see that I'm adding some facets across these straight lines and curves. So along the side of the head, we're going to go up and add another angle going up towards the top of the head. A little bit of shape to the nose along the top, just curving this around. I'm also going to add a nostril along the side. Let's add a bevel across the bottom. I'm just going to pull the nostrils out along the side and back in. I'm just going to layer the teeth in behind the mouth. Starting with that center seam. Just going to tuck the top row in behind along the side. I'm just going to darken up the corner of the mouth, going around the teeth. I'm just going to add a fold just underneath the mouth along the bottom. And we'll just tuck the chin underneath the lip. Clean our drawing one final time before we add our shading and details. Now with this character, you want to separate the face with these sections, these rocks going across the face. Now you want to start with the dark edge first and just pull them in towards a highlight area. And you can go back and just add some facets in later. Just drawing a thin edge. We're also going to darken up the bottom edge of those facets. Let's work our way across the brow. I want to go back and just add a thick edge across the lip. And then we'll go back and just darken that up. And this lip will sit on the bottom side of the shadow. And go back and just darken up those cracks. And we also want to add a thick edge along the bottom lip. So we're just going to pull this in from the corners and pull it up in towards the middle. And we'll go and just darken up that bottom bevel. Now along the top of the head, we're going to add some few main cracks, some larger ones along the side. And I'll separate these with thinner lines. Now I want to go in with the side edge of my pencil and just darken up some of those facets in the area just underneath the eyes. Darken up the cheekbones and then fade that down. Now the nose is going to cast a shadow just up above the lip, so it's going to stretch that shadow coming down from the nose. And just shifting it over towards the right side slightly. And the head's also going to cast a shadow across the top of the neck. So darken that up and then fade that down. I'm just going to go back and add a slight separation to the teeth, starting from the bottom. Also adding a little bit of a gum line along the top. Also going to add a shadow across the top of the teeth. Now as we get closer to the end, I'm just going to enhance the edge of those shadows, and always be sure to sign my artwork, and that's pretty much it. There's a sketch illustration of Ben Grimm from the Fantastic Four. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. If you did, please make sure you subscribe because I'm posting new lessons every single week. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.